Hello everyone, I am Budi Kusuma, an international undergraduate program in the Faculty of Economics and Business of Gajah Mada University. Today, I will be making a video on what I have done in my Softskills X class for this semester. Please enjoy the presentation.
So, moving on to my video presentation, this will be about Dr. Engineer Denny Bernardus KWMM, which is my mentor for this semester for the Softskills X class. So, a brief introduction to my mentor. Pak Denny is a Director of Education in Ciputra Group. He has been working with Ciputra for more than 30 years and is now the board member in various schools including Universitas Ciputra, Sekolah Ciputra, Sekolah Citra Berkat, and many other schools in many other cities in Indonesia. My presentation will include 4 parts of my results, which is traits, values, and skills. Part 2 about developing good relationships. Part 3 on maintaining good communications, and the last part on motivation, innovation, and cooperation. So to start it off, I'll be talking about the traits, values, and skills that Pak Denny possesses that gives him the nature of a good leader. The traits that he thinks are dominant in him are his sense of achievement, his strong responsibility, and his willingness to take on any task no matter how hard it is. His sense of achievement gives him the satisfaction when a task is completed, which means that when he completes a task, he feels happy and is able to carry on with more motivation on the next task. His strong responsibility and his willingness to take on any task gives him the nature of a diligent and hard-working leader that is responsible with any task given by a superior. Then, moving on to the values that he believes in, there are 3 values which are also his company values, which are integrity, professionalism, and entrepreneurship. For him, no one will be successful without integrity. Professionalism for him is how a company needs to stay competitive in the market so that they can survive. And entrepreneurship helps him innovate. In this case, he had to think of ways on how to continue the learning process in the universities and schools while in the middle of the pandemic. And lastly, for the skills that he possesses, the one skill that he thinks is most important in whatever task, job, or position the person is communication skills, as communication is the basis of all activities in our daily life. It includes communicating, talking, sending and receiving messages from one another. Without good communication skills, there will be a lot of misunderstanding, miscommunications, and conflicts. The second part of my presentation will be about developing good relationships, whether it's with superiors or with subordinates. One of the things that he does to develop a good relationship with his subordinate is by holding one-on-one consultation sessions with subordinates to understand better what they are going through. This, for him, is called DB Talk, in which he has a 30-minute consultations while asking 3 questions to his subordinate. The first question is how they are doing, like how busy they are, and after listening to their answers, the sacrifice they make, and the hardships, it influences him to work harder for the education part of Ciputra Group. The second question is asking his subordinates for suggestions on changes that can be made in the company. This allows the subordinates to feel more involved in the growth and development of the company. And the third question, which is not really a question, is how he motivates them. He usually gives them a motivation sentence to help them work and carry on with their tasks with high motivation. The second one is having parties after annual meetings. These parties, for him and for his subordinates, has no ranks, no seniority, and this helps them build their relationship as friends, not as colleagues, and this increases the bond between one another. The third thing he does is that he actively involves his subordinates in discussion for projects and appreciates his subordinates not only monetarily but also by giving non-monetary recognition. One of the things that he does when I say non-monetary recognition is when he does public speaking, when he does speeches in front of the company, he says the name of the individuals that has contributed a lot on the project. So he recognizes them in front of the public to make them feel appreciated, to make them feel involved in the success of the project. And the fourth is to build a good relationship with subordinates. He provides the facilities and the growth and the development of his subordinates, allowing for them to grow and excel in their career, whether it's with Ciputra or in the future with another company. The third part is maintaining good communications within everyone in the organization as well as solving conflicts. Obviously, communicating with superiors and communicating with subordinates is two different things. It's way harder when you communicate with superiors. So, in communicating with superiors, he talks using the language of his superiors, which is numbers. As we all know, higher executive directors believe more in profits, money, while Pak Denny himself believes more in education since he is given the task to take care of the education part of Ciputra Group. So, to convince them to invest in projects that he designed, he talks by giving them examples of profits that he will make. So, it is easier for him to communicate his ideas with the higher ups to convince them to invest in the project. When there are conflicts with his fellow directors or superiors, he holds general meetings with everyone related to the conflict. For this kind of conflicts, he involves everyone so that the conflict will be done together and solved peacefully without any further issues later on after the conflict is solved. Then communicating with subordinates is a different thing. So every time he delegates tasks to his subordinates, he tells them that he is always available for them in any case they need help. He is always on his phone for them, or if they want to meet him face to face to discuss the problems that arise, or they need help, ideas or suggestions on how this project can be better, he is always available for them to come to him and ask for anything they need. This allows them to communicate better and transparently to Pak Denny to solve the problems. And when there are conflicts between his subordinates, between one subordinate and another, he consults them one by one to each side before then coming together to solve the issue. This way, there will be no bias towards one another when he has heard from each side personally. Then the last part is about how he motivates and encourages innovation and cooperation within the company, which also encourages growth and efficiency. There are 5 parts on this subtopic, which I'm going to explain one by one. So the first one is giving them analogies and stories. He has a style on how to motivate his subordinates, which he is called the boiling frog story. It's a kind of storytelling to them. So this just tells us that we should not stay in our comfort zone, because if little changes happen, we will not grow and might even go down. So we are always to innovate instead of just staying in our comfort zone. Then the second one is about collective efficacy and optimism. He believes that achieving small things together can help them improve their optimism as a team. When they achieve small things like having an efficient meeting or holding an event successfully, the trust and bond within the team members develop, and thus making a huge collective efficacy and optimism on the team. The third is about collective learning. By holding weekly meetings, they can learn from the success, mistakes, and experience of each other. So for this, it will help for future projects so that they will not make the same mistakes, and allows them to have more efficient planning, execution, and evaluation of the project. And then the fourth part is encouraging innovation. For every project he is about to do, for every task that he is about to carry on, he always asks the ideas and suggestions of his subordinates. And not only that, he also provides facilities for his subordinates to nurture the ideas if they are approved by him. And the last part is about improving cooperation. When talking to his subordinates, to improve cooperation within him and his subordinate, or with one subordinate with another, he uses informal approaches such as having afternoon tea or doing sports together. This allows them to build a bond that's more than just work colleagues. So to summarize on what it takes to be a good leader means that we must be able to develop good relationships with everyone in the organization while maintaining good communication and encouraging innovation and cooperation, as well as continuously motivating employees. And of course, all these things cannot be learned overnight. He has 30 years of experience and he's still gaining his more and more experience day by day. It takes years and continuous personal development to be able to be a good leader as he is right now. And to end this presentation, I would like to add a quote by John Haywood: Rome wasn't built in a day. So no matter where you are right now, we can always grow and be a good leader in the future.
That's it, guys, for my video presentation. Hopefully we all have learned on how to be a good leader, and thank you for watching this video.